Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we are looking at the 1987 release by Dapol from their Doctor Who series of action figures and playsets. And this particular item we are looking at today is of the Fourth Doctor as portrayed by the actor Tom Baker. Okay, so this is the card that it comes in. And at the top, it's got the Doctor Who logo and the TARDIS in the bubble, as it appeared in the 1980s title sequences. And it's got the Fourth Doctor, and there's an image of Tom Baker as the Fourth Doctor. And it says Tom Baker, and you've got the barcode, and it's item number W10, and you've got the Dapol logo at the bottom. And just behind the window is the action figure itself. Okay, now before we have a look at the figure, what I would like to do is turn the card around and let's have a look at what we got printed on the reverse. Okay, so I've turned the card around, and then what it does, it shows you other items in the same series. So again, at the very top, you've got the TARDIS in the bubble, you've got a Doctor Who logo, and it says from Dapol. Other items available, collect them all, and you've got Ace W015, Doctor W1, Seventh Doctor that is, Melanie W2, Dalek W8, the Tetrap W3, the Cyberman MKV W9, so Cyberman Mark 5 that is obviously W9. Davros is W016, TARDIS Police Box W5 available separately, and it's got a 25th anniversary set, contains TARDIS, 5-sided console, Doctor in the grey coat, Melanie in pink, and K9. And it's got contents, small parts, unsuitable for children under 36 months. And it's made in Hong Kong. And at the very bottom, you've got the BBC 1987 licensed by BBC Enterprises Limited, and so on. So that is the back of the card. So let's turn the card back round to the front and have a good look at the figure itself. Okay, so I've zoomed right in on the figure itself, and there you can see the action figure behind the bubble. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, this action figure is still sealed onto the card, so I can't remove it and have a good look at the figure itself. However, I do happen to have one of these figures in my collection, and I have him right in front of me here, and it's exactly the same as the figure that is behind the card there, and it is of the Fourth Doctor as portrayed by Tom Baker. So we just bring him in closely, you can see it's not a bad likeness of Tom Baker as he appeared in the 1970s and 80s, and he's dressed in his brown jacket with his brown jumper and his white shirt and grey trousers and black shoes. Now the figure measures, what are we looking at? We are looking at from top of the head to bottom of the foot, we're looking at 10 centimeters. If we measure across the widest point, which is going to be from hand to hand, we're looking at 4.5 centimeters there. And depth wise, which is going to be probably from his chest to the back of his jacket, you're looking at about 2 centimeters. So that is the size of the figure. Articulation wise, well, it's not bad articulation really for these figures. So you've got the head, obviously, you've also got the shoulder, and you've got the elbow. There's no hand movements, so and then you've got obviously the waist and the knees. The waist doesn't turn though, it's only the legs that go up and down, so there's no, you can't actually turn the figure, and you can't turn the feet either. So articulation, we've got the head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 9 points of articulation on these small figures, which is pretty good for the year. I mean, remember 1987, we're going back, what is that? That is 40 years, almost 40 years. So yeah, well, 37 years to be precise. But there we are. So for 37 years ago, these figures were superb, and at the time there wasn't anyone else making Doctor Who action figures or play sets or anything like that. It was literally Dapol was the only ones that had the license to produce the merchandise. So yeah, as the Doctor Who fans and collectors, this was the only type of merchandise that we could get for as far as figures were concerned, and play sets. Like I say, Dapol also done a few other bits and pieces, like yo-yos, and there was a few other things that they did, but mainly they were action figures and play sets. How well did they do? Well, I think they could have done a lot better, and I think the reason they didn't do as well as they could have done was because they were only sold through specialist stores. So things like you know, your Forbidden Planets and your exhibitions. I know there was a big exhibition at Blackpool. There was one at Longleat, and they were full of Dapol products, action figures and play sets and loads of other stuff, but you had to go to those places to buy them. Back in those days there was no online. You couldn't order stuff online like you can these days. Had it been the 80s now, with the technology that we've got now, these things would have sold tremendously more than what they actually did, because they would have been readily available all over the world. But the sad thing was, at the time they wasn't. So even though Dapol done a good job, they kept the lines going right up until the license expired, which I think was mid-90s, late 90s, certainly before the new Doctor Who series came out in 2004. So I think it was late 90s when the license expired, and obviously when the new license when the new series came out, the license went to Character Options. But these figures now obviously are immensely collectible and very, very sought after, and very difficult to find, especially in this mint unopened condition. But as usual, you know it, we at Midas Touch have managed to find quite a few of these figures, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, and you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Doctor Who items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading thousands and thousands of more products on a daily basis. And there will be something for everybody. And I know you're not going to want to miss this, because we have got some absolutely ultra rare vintage items that will be coming up soon. So stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.